best to help with your company. And you will interview those applicants about their experience, education, and skills. You'll also contact those references and perform background checks. You will inform the applicants about the job details, like their benefits and conditions of the job, and you'll conduct new employee orientations for them. So the HR department also doubles as a safe place to talk to them about any issues you have at work. Your HR manager plays an integral role in organizational success with his knowledge about people and his advocacy of people by creating a work setting where employees choose to be inspired, devoted, and upbeat. Your HR specialist will help you to understand all your benefits that are available to you while at your job. Some basic benefits include time off to vote, serving on a jury, or performing a military service. This picture on the left is actually me. I had to leave my job to go serve in Afghanistan. So some other benefits can include yearly bonuses, health benefits, dental and vision plans, vacation, holidays and sick time, degree programs, and dental and vision. So in some cases, you might be asked to assist with payroll, and you'll have to provide relevant data on leaves and absences, tax withholdings, processing department invoices, and ordering office supplies. Eligibility and maintenance of sick time and vacation leave is also required, and your worker timesheets. So you'll also have to mediate and resolve issues. Those issues can be within the workplace, whether it's outside of the workplace or with other employees in your company. And it could also be if you're not actually doing the job that you were hired for. So some of these pictures, they're yelling at each other, and you don't want that in your office. So complaints. Some examples of complaints can be favoritism, like Susie Jane gets all the great job opportunities because she's a favorite. Or a heavy workload, you can never finish all your work because there's just so much piling on and it's stressing you out. And then you're also stressed out because of that stress. It's never fun. So some more complaints. Office cleanliness. You don't want to be working with a coworker that has a really messy workspace. They got papers everywhere, food, trash, candy. That would be something you can talk to your HR specialist about. Or over management, where there's too many chiefs, not enough Indians. All your employers or managers are looking over your shoulder and critiquing your work. You can't actually get it done. So grievances are concerns, problems, or complaints at work. It's also referred to as raising a grievance. It's a complaint raised by an employee which may be resolved by procedures provided for in a collective agreement or an employee contract. So some things you might raise a grievance about would be things you're asked to perform as part of your job, or the terms and conditions of your contract, which could be your pay, you're not satisfied with your pay, or if you have trouble at work. So some more examples of grievances can be the way you're treated at work. You're working really hard, you think you deserve a promotion, but you didn't get it. Or discrimination, perhaps you believe that someone at work is bullying you because of your age, race, gender, or sexuality. Those are all things that you need to talk to your HR specialist about. Training and development. The purpose of training and development is to identify performance requirements and their knowledge, skills, and abilities. The HR personnel are responsible for helping employees understand their role in the company. So there are a variety of different topics and subjects that you can learn about that could help with your working environment. Some of them can include communications, computer skills, customer service, management, diversity, and ethics. Some more topics can include human relations, the quality initiatives, safety within the workplace or outside of the workplace, sexual harassment, equal opportunity, and work professionalism. Employee training and development can help increase your job satisfaction and morale among employees. You want to actually be in an environment that you're happy to be at, and you want to motivate those employees. It can increase the employee encouragement and increase innovation and strategies in products. Employee training can help with risk management, reducing the employee turnover rate, and enhance the company image. So the training obviously will help you state your job, more training, more money, and it makes your company look better, giving out all those different opportunities. So my relate to self, I actually work on campus in the Veterans Affairs office, and I've worked there for about 4 or 5 years. I actually train all the incoming work-study students because I know the job so well. And also the Philadelphia Zoo. Hopefully I'll be having an internship there in the spring for an HR job. So that's all I got.
So my name is Jen Margoloff, and today I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about job competencies. So job competencies are defined as the combination of knowledge, abilities, skills, and behaviors. And these contribute to the individual and organizational performance. So they're really important to how you are being successful within your job. And as you can see in the photo, there's, okay. So knowledge is defined as the information developed or learned through experience, study, or investigation. It's a practical or theoretical understanding of the subjects. Abilities, on the other hand, are the natural potential to perform the mental and physical actions or tasks. They're learned capacities to perform the task, and a lot of the time they're natural. It's what you're able to do when you're walking into the job. Skills are the result of repeatedly applying knowledge or ability, and they're also a natural or learned capacity to perform the task, kind of like the abilities we talked about before. Behaviors are the observable reaction of an individual in response to a specific situation. You can see that going in. You can see the behaviors and how they impact. So some benefits of choosing the right competencies for the job is that it helps plan the organization and development of the workforce. It determines which job classes best fit the needs of the business. It helps to recruit and select the best employees and make sure that you're managing and training them efficiently. And it helps to develop the staff to fill the future vacancies within the company. So one of the uses of job competencies we're going to talk about is the job descriptions. Job descriptions explain the duties, the working conditions, and other aspects of the job, and especially the competencies needed to be successful when performing those essential functions. It helps to form a basis of recruiting, hiring, training, and developing, and managing the performance of the employees in the long run. Recruitment assessment and selection gives the job seekers a clear picture of what they need for the job. It's what's needed to be successful. What kind of competencies are they looking for? And it provides the foundation for exams, interviews, and references. The assessment portion. As you can see, he's looking over that resume, making sure they have the competencies needed. Employee performance management allows the management and supervisors to clearly define what they expect from their employees. It's those performance expectations, so that way they know what they need, what kind of skills and masteries in order to be successful in the organization. As you can see, as he gets more skills and competencies and masters them, he's able to move up within the organization. Training and development allows the management and supervisors to choose and prioritize the training courses and other learning opportunities. And this is beneficial for the company especially because they're able to foster the growth and the specific skills they need for the company and help the employees grow within the positions. Career and workforce planning is what future workforce must have in order to achieve those business goals and help make sure the organization is successful in the planning and the design. So this includes things like the organizational structure and the recruitment strategies. And for the employees, it's important because it helps them plan their career paths. It's what they need in order to be successful and get those promotions. Compensation, on the other hand, while it does use competencies like the other things we've discussed, it is not a direct impact. Basically, the compensation depends on the nature and the complexities of the work duties, and each of those work duties requires a certain level of knowledge or skills. So as you get promoted throughout the company and you gain more competencies, you make more in the compensation. So one of the competency types is communication. So that involves aspects like listening, reading comprehension, speaking, and writing. It's how you're able to talk to others within the company and get your point across and make sure that everyone's on the same page. Analysis and reasoning is more of how the brain works sort of side. It's your creative thinking, the decision making, and the problem solving. And these aspects are important, especially when you're trying to come up with new ideas. You have to think outside the box a little bit, and you want to help the company grow. You don't want to keep doing what's happening already. Personal effectiveness is another type of competency, and that includes more of like what you do internally. It's the accountability, your flexibility, your attention to detail, your customer focus, and your self-management. So it's more of like how you're able to have the skills in order to be successful without somebody having to necessarily be watching your every move. Interaction with others is another competency type, and it's one of, in my opinion, the most important because you're going to use it whether you're in a business setting or maybe like a different, any type of setting you're in. As you can see, even just hanging out with your friends, you influence each other, you build those relationships, and you're working together as a team. So it's important to value that and have those skills in order to be successful in any field. The last type of competency we're going to talk about is management. And management includes aspects like coaching, leadership, staff management, and strategic vision. And it's really important to the company because the management needs to communicate that strategic vision so everyone's on the same page and you all can achieve the same goals together. So you're probably asking, how do you decide the job competencies? Well, the number, the type, and the level of competency does depend on the job. There's going to be some overlap, it's not clear cut. For example, frontline employees, they usually have to be adaptable and focus on the customer, while the supervisor and manager delegates the work, manages the work, and they also have to be adaptable and understand the customer as well. Job competencies are important because they're critical to job success, help determine the employee qualifications, aid in evaluation of employees, and provide a clear layout of job responsibilities and what it takes to achieve them. So my experience with job competencies is that I'm currently a marketing student board member at the Office of Winter and Summer Sessions. I actually last semester had the ability to help write a new job description. We're blending the student worker, the graphic designer, and the marketing assistant positions into one, so that way everyone was able to help out in all different areas. And I had to sit down and think about the job competencies that would be needed in order to be successful in our new blended position. Specifically, I looked at things like being personable when interacting with students, being accountable because sometimes our bosses aren't always around, attention to detail, creative thinking, and having the ability to be a leader on campus. These are really important when doing the job, so we needed to make sure that those new hires are coming in and they understood what was expected of them. I also had the ability to assist a coworker in the selection process. I participated in resume reviews and trying to make sure that the competencies were seen on their resume. I helped in the interview process, and this was really important because we needed to make sure that the candidate met the competencies needed for the job because we wanted to make sure we picked the best person.
So, hello guys, my name is Ashley and I'm going to be talking about analyzing and summarizing tasks and competencies into a worksheet. So the first thing that you want to look at, the first step is list and rate tasks. So you want to collect information about the job. You want to review materials describing work that will be performed on the job, such as the ones listed: position description, classification standards, subject matter expert input, performance standards, as well as occupation studies. So for step 2, you want to utilize the job analysis worksheet for tasks. List the tasks that are required to perform successfully on the job based on the important information collected previously in step 1. And as you can see, he is doing. So for step 3, on the sheet, individually rate the tasks on the importance and frequency scales provided in the worksheet. Eliminate tasks that were rated as not performed on either the tasks or frequency scale. Compute average ratings of the tasks that remain. Identify which tasks are critical for the job, and recommended cutoff is typically 3.0 or above for both scales. And as you can see here, this is an example of a job analysis worksheet for tasks. So there's 2 different columns. They read importance scale and frequency, and then there's 2 different questions asked: how important is the task of the job, and how often is the task performed, and those both rate 1 through 5 on each side. And then this is the bottom of the page. So here at the bottom of the page, the example of that, it says task source, importance, and frequency in those 2 columns. And then all the way below that, at the bottom of this part, it'll say the signature, title, and then the date of the person who's conducting. So for step 4, it's going to be list the competencies. So use the job analysis worksheet for competencies. Based on the information collected, you're going to then list competencies that are required to perform successfully at the particular job. And once again, he's doing that in the photo. So for step 5, Individually rate competencies on important need